The smell of coffee is in the air. It must be time for another episode of The Art of Struggle. Welcome to another episode of my podcast called The Art of Struggle. You can hear me rant about art, video games, movies, pop culture, CGI, the industry, and much, much more. My name is Fatai, and I'll be your guide as we explore the world of CG, pop culture, and the people who make it all possible. Alright, as you guys know, podcast. So, you gotta multitask. I only ever pick one song, so I don't know why they don't just let me set an auto song or something. It's very classical. Because I'm classy and whatnot. I'm on my 99th episode on the podcast. Oh my god. I feel old. 99 of anything. Jesus. Why? Alright, let's dive into today's topics. Alright. CCP Games is now developing future projects exclusively with Unreal Engine 4. CCP Games, the studio behind the MMO game EVE Online, announced earlier today that its currently unannounced projects will be developed exclusively with Unreal Engine 4. This doesn't come as much of a surprise as CCP switched from using Unity to develop EVE Valkyrie in favor of the Unreal Engine a few years back. As detailed in a press release, CCP is going all in on UE4 to take advantage of what it sees as better lighting and rendering solutions, landscape sculpting, and prototyping. Trust me, I use UE4 and that shit is pretty. If anybody's gonna say anything about, Unity and how the ease of use or anything like that, I understand that, but man, is Unreal pretty. I'm not trying to be like a spokesperson or anything, but Unreal Engine is a pretty engine. Working with Epic Games using their engine code, which is open to all Unreal developers, is great for both AAA and indie studios alike, thanks to the huge amount of support options available, writes James Dabrowski, executive producer or an unannounced action MMO game being created at CCP London. UE4 Blueprints systems allows us to prototype and iterate quickly, and its pipelines allow us to focus on crafting great gameplay and stunningly beautiful worlds. You can check out the full article at gamasutra.com. Alright, let's see what's going on. What's next? Ooh, this is going to be interesting. So apparently, the prominent Denuvo hacker has been arrested for breaching anti-piracy tech. There was a time that Denuvo's anti-tampering tech was seen as uncrackable, a metaphorical Fort Knox that developers could use to defend against would-be pirates. As the tech rose to prominence, however, it became an Everest for pirate groups looking to conquer the seemingly unconquerable. And now, one notable hacker has been arrested for his troubles. The pirate in question is Bulgarian hacker Vosky, who back in 2016 made a name for himself after finally cracking Denuvo's protection with a breakthrough workaround, as reported by Kotaku via Crackwatch. Crack watch. Vosky has been apprehended by Bulgarian authorities who've been working with Denuvo's parent company, Erdado, to catch their man. Vosky himself didn't seem too surprised by the arrest and suggested it had been a long time coming. Damn, these hackers were bold. These hackers are bold. It finally happened, he wrote on the Crackwatch subreddit. I can't say it wasn't expected. Denuvo filed a case against me to the Bulgarian authorities. Police came yesterday and took the server PC and my personal PC. I had to go to the police afterwards and explain myself. Vosky has conceded his hacking days are likely behind him following the arrest, and claims he was targeting Denuvo to fight back against bloated software in our games. For its part, Denuvo hopes the arrest will reiterate the serious nature of video game piracy and cybercrime in general. Robin Hood? The swift action of the Bulgarian police on this matter shows the power of collaboration between law enforcement and technology providers, and that piracy is a serious offense that will be acted upon, said the company. Damn. They out here cracking down on them. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I wonder what he's going to do now since he's been caught. Probably go to jail. Is there tech jail? So they just put you around like really old software and really old computers and shit. It's like, yeah, sit in here. Here's Windows 92. Use it. Here's some dial-up internet, bitch. Boom. Somebody's alarm's going off. All right. Detroit dev Quantic Dream loses in court case brought by ex-employee. Detroit Become Human in Heavy Rain developer Quantic Dream has lost a court case filed by a former employee, reports Eurogamer. The case itself, filed under a specific French employment law that allows former employees to take companies to court over wrongful termination if they left to considering themselves a victim of a company's action or culture. With guidance from a French journalist familiar with the law, Eurogamer explained it's a notification of termination made by an employee who considered themselves a victim, though going the route causes that individual to forfeit their employment rights and salary in exchange for the ability to petition for unfair dismissal. In this particular instance, the employee's case centers around allegations of toxic workplace culture that were circulated earlier this year by the French publications Le Monde and Canard PC. The individual, in this case, quit their job following the discovery of the inappropriate photoshopped images of employees mentioned in those original reports. Since the court ruled in favor of the ex-employee involved in this case, that individual's departure from the company is now to be treated as an unfair dismissal, though Quantic Dream can appeal the decision. Following those original reports from Le Monde and Canard PC in January, Quantic Dream co-founder David Cage and Guillaume de Vaudemer both denied all allegations, and later the company started its own yet ongoing lawsuit against the journalists that first circulated those claims. Wow, alright. Lots of intrigue at the over on the French side. You know, y'all not enough doing the World Cup. Y'all gotta, harass people. Alright. I see y'all. I wonder what these photoshopped images were and how inappropriate they were. Just curious. Just saying. So yeah, Detroit Become Human looked really dope. It looked like a very interesting game. So that's going to be interesting to follow and see how this lawsuit goes. Alright. HellBlade's performance was boosted by optimizations made for the VR version. HellBlade Senua's Sacrifice dev Ninja Theory announced today that it would be releasing a VR version of HellBlade for free to owners of the original. In a short video detailing the development of the VR version, Ninja Theory revealed that it had a small team working on the VR version while HellBlade itself was still in development. Ninja Theory's Tamim Antonitis talks more about that in a video that you can watch. But one interesting side effect of developing a VR and non-VR version concurrently was how addressing issues unique to the VR version was ultimately responsible for a performance boost in the non-VR version that released last year. But the biggest challenge facing us by far was frame rate. Because if you couldn't run at 90 frames a second on a very well-spec'd PC for VR, this project didn't have a chance to see the light of day, explains Antonitis. We optimized the art, shaders, characters, landscape, the post-processing effect, anything that could get us to 90 frames per second, including switching to a forward renderer. And we got there. But it took 2 years of hard effort. But it was worth it because the optimizations did to the VR version of HellBlade also benefited the non-VR version, which is why HellBlade looks so good and runs so well on reasonably spec'd PCs and consoles. The full video on YouTube offers a brief but informative look at how Ninja Theory approached some of the challenges that sprung up during development, as well as clips of some of the VR experiments the team set up with exploring the tech. That sounds dope. I would like to play it. I still haven't gotten to play HellBlade Senua's Sacrifice, but something I want to play. Just been really busy, but yeah, that sounds dope. You guys should definitely check out the trailer, see how it works. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna do this again. Let's do the Alright, so I want to thank you for listening to another episode of The Art of Struggle. Alright? Before we finish, you guys know how I like to finish my episodes out with awesome quotes from awesome people. Alright, let's see what we can get. Napoleon Hill once said, "Strength and growth come only through continuous effort and struggle." The Dalai Lama said, "Calm mind brings inner strength and self-confidence." So that very important for good health. That's very important for good health. Unity is strength. When there is teamwork and collaboration, wonderful things can be achieved. Maddie Stepanek. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. Buddha. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. That's going to be our last quote today, and it's by Helen Keller. It's so good that I'm going to read it again. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. I want to thank you for listening to another episode of The Art of Struggle. You can catch any of these episodes on Pocket Cast, Spotify, iTunes, pretty much wherever you get your podcasts. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, at Art of Struggle. Remember, keep on making those art gains. Keep on struggling. The life you want is on the other side of your struggle. Keep drawing, keep painting, keep singing, keep dancing, keep programming, keep writing. Keep on keeping on. This is Ty on The Art of Struggle, signing out.